To go. Should be ready to go. All right, I'm going to assume that we're going here because this is what I did the last time and everything seemed to be working. Going to take a minute or two for the notifications to go out, if they will indeed go out. And yes, live on my channel. Hey, look at this, guys. Yeah, it's me. All right, MJ here. Hey, everybody. How's it going? And welcome to Late Night with MJ Klein. I'm here in Kaohsiung. It was an unexpected trip. We didn't actually, although I love Kaohsiung and love coming here, we didn't want to come down here for this. My wife's father is in the ICU. He's been having trouble breathing, and went to see him today, and it was pretty emotional for me because he's the the patriarch of the family, and he was really always so kind to me, and accepted me, even though I was too old to marry his daughter. Of course, everything's turned out fine, and we got a beautiful daughter, Phoenix. Anyway, I'm going to do this a little bit. I'm going to adjust that. Let me see, this way, no, this way a little bit. And maybe like that. Yeah, because I want to see more of the background. I'm just looking at this. Less of my gut. We don't need any more of my gut, do we? No, not at all. But anyway, I love Kaohsiung, and I have been using the Pocket 3 all day. It's been amazing with the DJI Mic 2, which incidentally, I dropped on the ground. I want to check something. While I'm in live stream mode, I've never done this. Let me do this. I'm just going to check and see where we are. Transmitter noise reduction is off. I don't think I need noise reduction right now, but I just want to make sure everything else is okay. White balance is, everything is, yep, everything looks fine. So, all right. I'm viewing this on my personal channel, MJ Klein, so I'm going to say hello to everybody, but it's going to be from, my personal channel. Now, I'm normally not on this day of the week. I'm normally not on at this time, but I'm down here, and I just really, really wanted to check out, Kaohsiung, and you see the sights is pretty cool. And I got my little my light too, which helps light up, and over here, there's some other interesting things. We can change the perspective as we go along, and I am able to monitor the comments on YouTube, so no problem. And it's actually working so much better than I ever thought. And well, that's not a bad perspective. Yeah, that's not a bad perspective at all. Just looking at the bridge and stuff, so that's cool. Now over there, before I was staying like the 7th floor, and over there is a permanently moored Coast Guard ship. I'm gonna get my lip balm. This is annoying, and yeah, you can still hear me because I got the mic on. But don't worry, I'm not gonna go to the restroom. That would be a disaster. Be a real Frank Drebin moment. But yeah, it was nice. I got a lot more. Good evening, Matthew. Fist bump to you. I got a lot of exercise today. Walked like 4,000 or 5,000 steps. And down in Kaohsiung, Matthew, my wife's father. I think you already know this. He was in the ICU. Now the good news is, it's kind of embarrassing when you see somebody and you have been told that, my family and I last night were on the roof of our home. We're talking like, 8 p.m. And we were in the middle of an astro photography session. I had the cameras out, had both the USB camera and the Nikon camera, and I had just done a bunch of images of Jupiter, with rapid succession with the multi-frames and stuff with the USB camera. And I had imaged the moon using both, imaged the moon and Jupiter using prime focal technique on the Nikon, right? And we got this call, and I don't think I want to show the next door too much. Sorry, yeah. We got a call from my wife's family, and they said that Dad was in the ICU, so we just booked it, threw everything back in the case, ran downstairs, and literally booked tickets for the Gautier, and got here as quick as we could. And then I went there today, and what I was going to say is it's a little bit embarrassing to be told that somebody is in very dire straits, but then when you get there and the conversations that you're having with them are kind of based on, I might not see you again, but it's, wait, I'm getting better. It's like, oh yeah. But anyway, all I can say is if you've got something to say to your family, say it now. It might be too late. Someday you might not get a chance. And you might not like the circumstances under which you are forced to say them. That's all I got to tell you. I'll bring it a little closer. Yeah, so just, keep that in mind. I'm loving this Pocket 3. We are on the Pocket 3 and the DJI Mic 2. And I can sample the audio just for a second. Yeah, so just, keep that in mind. I think the audio is fine. I don't think I need to turn on the noise reduction here at all. I got my phone with the clip-on by Skin Arma MagSafe battery bank, so I'm charging this phone up, and I have the battery stick on this thing, and so in theory, we could go all night, because the phone doesn't use, I'm guessing it doesn't use as much energy because I'm not actually using the camera and the encoder, it's just basically, it's running the live streaming app, and the Pocket 3 is doing the heavy lifting as far as I understand. But the SD card is funny. You always have in the SD card, the amount of time that you have left. It says 10 hours and 7 minutes. I think that assumes that the SD card is empty, which is not. But in live streaming mode, I'm not recording. So I don't know. And it says live at the bottom. It's really cool. I like that a lot. I like how it says live on the Pocket 3. So anyway, I've got my Ulanzi multicolored light, the one I showed at Jar Jar store a couple weeks ago. And what it is, you can't really tell it's on. It's a little bit of fill. See if I cover it up, it's a little bit of a fill. And it's on about as low as it can get. It makes a and there's the Chingwei, the light rail train behind us. And by the time I went back inside, I put the chair out here. By the time I went back inside, the lights were off. So I realized I'm going to need this fill light. So anyway, I'm enjoying it out here. I had some rum last night at a club down the street, and who knows? I may go there again. I don't know. I'm feeling kind of weird, for the whole reason I'm being down here. I just went to that. I went to that bar last night because I wanted to kind of forget about why I was here, And I love my wife's family. I love her father very much, and it just bothered me so bad, that he's in the ICU. He has a lung infection, and they had him on full oxygen, and they said that his blood oxygen level was unacceptably low, and they said he's not going to get better. And I'm like, oh, great. But I got there today and he's stable, and it looks like they're going to try to put him in a regular room tomorrow, like he's got out of the ICU. So yeah, hopefully he'll be coming back home. But I may go down there. The place I went to has drinks for like $6. I was drinking Caribbean rum with soda, or excuse me, I was just drinking it straight over the rocks. It was amazing. Really incredible rum. But I got enough exercise today, and you know, my heart palpitations were a little bit better. I had a couple as I was coming back here. Funny, I went to this Argentinian restaurant called Cow on Fire. You guys have heard me talk about that before. I haven't been there. My family went once, and so my wife doesn't like it, so that means we would never go there again, right? So if I want to go, I got to go by myself, which I did because I was left by myself most of the day today. After we went and saw Dad in the hospital, it's a 30-minute window. There are like 8 people that want to see him, or more than that, and so I just brought Phoenix in, and it was amazing seeing his face with her. You know, I told him that, you know, his legacy is in her, and he's like, wow, that's cool. But after that, I went back to the room and slept, so I didn't sleep much. I got in pretty late. There's some very, very interesting people in this town, and I met so many of them. And I met 2 interesting guys. I met a guy from France, but he's been all over the place. He's been in Taiwan about 7 years. I met another gentleman that's been in Taiwan for 3.5 years, and he is a manager of a huge hotel chain in Taiwan. And wow, I'm always meeting the most interesting people, you know, as you can imagine. And so the conversation went on, so I realized, holy cow, it's like 3:30 or 3:45 or something. I came back home, took a shower, and snuck into bed. But I got up early and I was pretty tired. But I get a headache if I don't get enough sleep. And if I add a little alcohol to that, it seems like a hangover, because, I mean, it's inadequate sleep plus alcohol, but it's not actually a hangover because I don't get drunk, but it just didn't feel too good. So believe it or not, I came back to the room and I took about a 5-hour nap. So this place is very convenient because it has a metro. We call it the KRT for Kaohsiung, but it's the same as the MRT as in Taipei, but it's newer and it's cleaner. It connects to the new Qingwei. And the Qingwei is interesting. I'll talk about that in just a second. But the main thing is that, whoa, sorry about that. The main thing is I got a lot of exercise walking around, and it's very convenient here. I walked to the subway, to the MRT, rode 1 stop, got out, you know, and boom, there it was, like 400 meters away, there was Cow on Fire. I took a taxi to my family's house because I don't want to deal with I was just tired of walking. I had to walk to the KRT and get on and transfer, and I just said, to take a taxi. It wasn't that expensive. Taxis here are really cheap, actually, in Taiwan. In Asia in general, they're cheap. And so, yeah, I took the Qingwei back, and this whole area, which I've discussed before, is it's been recently built up. It is a sugar warehouse area. It's from the Japanese era, and they built all this for sugar because Taiwan was known. Of course, there was so much sugar cane here at the time. Taiwan was a huge sugar producing region, and they have railroads built down here that were just specifically to bring the sugar from these warehouses down to the port. And they made a road, you know, railroad, and this roadbed is amazing. The grade was perfect on it. It was small gauge, you know, light gauge. And what happened was they actually tore up the rails and found that the bed was still in good condition, and so they just relayed new rails on the road, and it was amazing. And so this has been the Kaohsiung light rail, and they've been developing it and adding stations as they go along. It's probably double the length of what it was 2 years ago or so when I came here. When I first came here, there was only like 4 or 5 stops. And I was like, is that all? I want to ride more. I want to ride more. And I can ride all up and down the coast here of this, you know, harbor. And it's beautiful. And the architecture and what's going on, wow. You know, the fact now that I can live stream on the Pocket 3 means that it's pretty essential, I think, that I start using it for that kind of live streaming, because it really is a beautiful camera. And with the face tracking, whoa, but also object tracking. But I'm using the Pro Black Mist filter. I don't know why they call it Pro. It's Pro-Black. I would think it would be Pro Black-Mist, unless I've completely misread that, but yeah. Anyway, I was using that, and I'm using it right now, and you see it softens the highlights, like, you know, these lights and stuff behind me. It really, really softens those and makes them look interesting and takes the edge off. And for things like live performances, it's really something. But what I noticed about the Pocket 3 was that you know, the gimbal's really strange on it. Coming from, okay, let me back up. It's fantastic, but it's strange. It operates strange when I compare it to, it's a mosquito, when I compare it to like using a mobile phone on a gimbal. You know, I'm used to how the mobile phone reacts. I've been using those for like 7 years, right? And how it reacts, and this doesn't react the same way. And I often find myself looking off into space. I'm like, how'd you get over there? I'm pointing the body here, you know? So a lot of times my video, it's jerky because I'll jerk it back into, you know, 0 mode, right? I'll press a button to reset it, which I hate doing. Oh, but that being said, there's a lock button, and you press it and it just freezes the gimbal, and you can you can rotate, you know, the handle any way that you need to get whatever kind of comfortable grip. If you just wanted it, like, you know, if you're like way over here or something, you can just lock it and then let go, and it's pointing in the same direction. But what I found out was this thing is the ultimate stealth machine, because I can basically hold it at arm's length with my arm down, right down the side, and my hand, you know, facing normal like this. It's like I'm holding a stick or something in my hand, right? So I can reset the gimbal, and it's facing forward, and it's like a flashlight. I can even turn the screen off. I don't want to do that because I usually look down and make sure that I'm, you know, looking at what I'm supposed to be looking at. But I can flip the screen and make it vertical, and then the image gets really tiny and it's hard to see. That is for people walking by. And so I got this mic, and what I do like about the Pocket 3, in addition to the Mic 2, because I also have the Mic 2 kit. I've actually got 3 mics. The one that came with the Creator kit, and I've got the separate one that plugs in, right? And all those mics, there's an option to turn the LEDs off. So if you look at this right now, there's no LEDs on it. Otherwise, they're blinking. I mean, there's a red one for recording. There's a blue one for Bluetooth. There's a green one that comes on if you're in Bluetooth mode and you got noise reduction, or if you're in Wi-Fi mode. It's like there's a lot of blinking going on, and it's hard to be cool, even with it inside your shirt. So right now I got the LEDs off. Nobody can tell I'm even doing anything. So, not that I would lie, but if someone said, hey, are you recording? I go, does it look like it? Didn't say I wasn't. I just asked you, does it look like it? If it doesn't look like it, then you can draw your own conclusions. So I found that there is a little bit of Z-axis up and down doing that. And problem is too, is because when you're walking, you want to swing your arms naturally just a little bit. But I found that with the Pocket 3 at my side, my arm hanging straight down, holding it like a flashlight, going, you know, facing forward, and the gimbal reset, you know, for forward view, I can actually stealth live stream on this thing, and nobody has a clue that I'm even recording. I was recording like that today, and so other problem it has, though, is I love recording. I love doing the videography, but I hate the editing. I can't stand it. Like, I edited that fireworks video. It happened, you know, and immediately, and then the next day I had to release it because it's timely, you know. If I released it 2 weeks later, it would suck. But some of this stuff doesn't have to be so timely, like these little things that I'm doing. I'm not a vlogger. I have no experience vlogging, and I don't really know what to do vlogging. And I'm walking around and I'm just going, well, I don't know. I'm talking to myself. Am I going to use this or not? This looks kind of crappy. Or what did I come down here for? Or what did I show this for? So I'm just getting used to it. So I'm not a vlogger. I know most vloggers just use those action cameras, you know, with the stabilization, and they're all over the place, and they just shoot everything like that. I don't really feel comfortable doing that. And the Pocket 3 in itself, usually I have the bracket on to hold the tripod, and the small tripod that comes with it is actually round when it's folded up. This is a brilliant design. Looks like this, you know, and folds up, and it ends up being a nice handle. And you know, and then I got the Pocket 3 on top of it. That's what I usually work with, you know, holding that like that. You know, I've got this MT44 Ulanzi, which I demonstrated a couple days ago. I did a live stream a couple days ago, kind of a, hey, look at this. I didn't know you could do this with a Pocket 3. So now we know that we can live stream. So that's why I'm doing late night tonight. And I actually did, before I started this live stream, on my phone, I used Google Chrome, and I went to the website version of YouTube Studio, and I edited the title of the video. So yeah, the only thing I couldn't do was, because it's on my phone, I don't know why, because I took a thumbnail photo, but in Google Chrome on my phone, it won't browse files on my phone or anything, so it knows. But all that being said, I think I can do some more kind of stealthy sort of, you know, live streams. Now, if I want to use the battery bank and charge my phone, make sure it keeps charged, it does have, you know, the kickstand, which acts as a, you know, I can put a couple fingers through here, and it kind of acts as a handle. So I, you know, it would be pretty safe, I think, to live stream and hold it like this with my fingers in there, and not have to worry about dropping the phone so much, because that's the biggest problem. You're going like this, and all of a sudden, like, you got to do something, right? Oh, I'm in 7-Eleven. I got to pay something. So what am I going to do? You know, set this down or whatever. The selfie stick, the MT44, does have a tripod. It's pretty huge, and this one does too. But for the most part, I think I'm going to use this. I don't think I need a selfie stick for the Pocket 3 most of the time, but so anyway, that's where we're at. And I don't even know how many people. I think I got one person watching. That's because nobody knows I'm on. Nobody was expecting me to come on, but yeah, well, it's getting kind of like there's not a whole lot of action going on down here tonight, right? But if you want, I mean, it's up to you. I could turn it around, and I do have the selfie stick. I can kind of hold it up high and show you a little bit. There's some interesting, like, there's a sculpture over there that's part of that building. So here, let me do this. I'm just going to turn this around right now. See the room for a second. Big deal. Okay. Let me just set this down. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the phone down for a second, because I'm just going to go ahead and hold the Pocket 3 up and photo with it. Okay, so let's go to zoom mode, and we have 4x zoom live. I want you to look at this kind of odd, like, sort of sculpture over there. That's just so strange. I don't know what that is, but it's ventilation, because up on the top are those little rotating louver fans. You guys have seen those before, like on tops, you know, factories. And so we go down over here, and on the other side of the river, there's some kind of club or restaurant, not really sure. And then there's that bridge, and it's lit up at night. Looks pretty nice. The thing is, it looks like a dirty lens, but it's not. This is just that Pro Black Mist filter, which I think looks pretty nice. I'm quite content with how that looks. Oh, there's the Chingwei. Speaking of which, just pulled into the station right there. So let's take a look at that. Even at 4x zoom, I gotta say, this gimbal is pretty smooth. I'm holding the top of the tripod. It's hanging down, so it's acting kind of like a glide cam. I might want to swing a little bit, but I don't actually need the stabilization from that. See, there's the nose of it there. So this is a double-nosed train. You know, they got a cab, you know, an operator cab in both ends of it. So, all right, we're gonna go back here and we'll flip the camera back around and see if we can acquire face. There you go, face tracking. Okay, and I'm gonna just sit right back down here. And before I do that, I'm going to move my phone so I don't sit on my phone. I don't think I'll hurt anything, but whoops. There you go. Don't want to sit on the tripod either. Okay, so let's go back and see where we are. Okay, no comments. It's fine with me. It means I didn't miss any. So I'm trying to decide what I should do and whether I should. Oh, that's good. Go for a walk back at the place I was at, called Ooh La La, which incidentally, the madam who works there, the boss lady, the guy who runs the place, his name is Eddie, and Eddie, wait a minute, am I still live here? Yeah, I must be. So, I don't know, did this quit? I don't know, it doesn't say that it quit. So it doesn't say it's live either. Anyway, I'm going to presume we're still live. And so Eddie's the bartender, and he, no, I think we're dead. I think we're off the air. Anyway, she made me the greatest, I think, cabbage and bacon. It was amazing dish. It was absolutely amazing. So yeah, this shows that we're off the air, I think. Isn't it true? Amazing. No, we're still on. Goodness gracious, I can't even tell. It doesn't. Wow, YouTube, what's going on? It doesn't say live anymore. This is weird. So all right, let me just. Gosh, I hate to have to do this. I hate when I have to do technical stuff. Let's see if it's like. Dish. It was absolutely amazing. Okay. So I think we're still on. Yeah, this shows that we're off the air. Yep. Gosh. How come it's doing this? This is so bizarre. Live chat. Testing. No, test. Live chat. Yep. I guess we're still on because we're still able to make, yeah. Gosh, I hate this. I hate this so much when this does this. Because here's the thing. When you have a video and you're live streaming and you pause it, the progress bar keeps going and it shows that, you know, it keeps growing, showing that there's material added past where you stopped, and I've lost that on this. And also, it doesn't have the live indicator on it, so I thought it crapped out on me. No, it says live down here if I make it. Oh gosh, why is it doing this? Why is I hate you so much when you do this. Why do you do this? Yeah, YouTube is just okay. Now, oh gosh, I hate this. So see, I'm learning. This is a learning experience, and you guys can apply this in your own live streaming life, you know, with the Pocket 3 and all that. But because I never have to usually, because I'm using Prism Live Studio, I never have to usually monitor YouTube itself, which is not actually a very good app for monitoring your own live streams. And because I got to see the comments. And so the problem is, when I was in that particular view, and I don't know what it was, which view it was, yeah, I couldn't see see how that says live right there? I couldn't see the live, and I couldn't see this red progress bar. It looked like I was just playing back, ouch, a normal video. Now that reminds me, because the other thing is, now that I'm going to be using the Pocket 3 for live streaming, and I need my mobile phone as a second device. It's not like when I'm, usually I'm live streaming with the phone, I'm using the phone and I'm looking at the phone, and that's all, like everything else is in my pocket, it doesn't matter, right? But now I'm going to be using the Pocket 3, in one hand, right, on this stick, and I'm going to be using the phone. And so I was looking at Shopee, and there are a couple of actual brackets that you can get that that lock the body of the Pocket 3, and then have a bridge across, and then a mobile phone holder, and then there's a quarter 20 thread on it. I was like, hey, that might not be a bad idea, to be able to hold the Pocket 3 and have the phone next to it. So I don't know how practical that is. That wouldn't work so good for the stealth thing when I'm going to hold it in flashlight mode. But the fact is, it would definitely will work. And if I'm doing like talk shows and this kind of stuff, doing late night or just having a chat, things like that, it wouldn't matter. And it would be very simple to have the have the phone. It's like right next to it. The problem is somehow or another, I'm going to have to disable. I got to figure that out. Maybe I can use automation to do that. Maybe I can have a shortcut that will disable the display shut off, because then the phone goes dark and then you can't see it, So when I'm in live streaming mode, I have to investigate that. There's got to be a way. I've done so many cool automation things. That's one thing I do like about the iPhone, is it got automation on it. If I went back to Android, it wouldn't be the same. One of the things I like is, I hate on these, like the native phone app, you take a picture and you get that, it sounds like a shutter and a motor drive running film to the next frame. It sounds so dumb. But basically, I think what it is they want other people to know that you're taking pictures. And so the automation that I set up the first day I had the phone, I realized you could do this. When I open the native app, it turns the volume down to 0. And actually, it's a little more complicated than that. The automation that I wrote gets the volume level, copies it to the clipboard, and then sets it to 0. And then when I close the native app or switch to another app, it goes back to the clipboard, copies that, sets whatever's the clipboard to the volume. So it just resets the volume to whatever I had it set to, before I open that app. And there's a couple apps that make noise when I use them, and I hate it, and that's what I do. So there's got to be a way that I can make, I know what I can do. I'm going to study that. I'm going to study doing an automation for live streaming mode, and what it'll do, it'll set the phone in do not disturb, so I don't get any weird, beeps or that kind of stuff. But I can still get the one thing I'm depending on still is getting the notification, because it helps me find my own live stream. But yeah, getting the notification on the phone, from the email, lets me know that the live stream started. That's really important. Whenever you're live streaming, if you don't get that notification, you ain't on the air. So I get it every time with Prism, and I got it, tonight, so I knew I was on the air. And then some way to disable the screen from shutting down, as long as I have live stream mode on. And then of course you have to have live stream mode off, and it reverts back to it. So that's cool. But I'm sitting here, it's nice and cool, nice evening, just a very light breeze. It's just a tad humid, but it actually makes it feel cooler, than what it is. I like that. And so in addition to that, I'm cooling off and enjoying just a little cool water from my water bottle. And I'm actually thinking about taking a walk down the street to one of these other places that I was talking about. I don't know if I should go to Oxford or not. I usually go to Oxford. That's my second home away from home. Or if I should go back to the place that I went last night. I don't know, or if I should just sit here. But yeah, we'll see. There's a distinct possibility, though, that well, now that I know that I can instantly live stream with the Pocket 3, no matter what I do, you know, all I got to do is go into Chrome and just reset the title and just press the button. And yeah, we could do that. So something to think about. Might be interesting. Of course, you know, with Oxford, they're always playing music, and you get a instantly get, you know, every music publisher in the world. That's, you know, you run a clip of it. That's just something they, you know, they got you, right, which I hate. I still want to start worldwide litigation against that. There should be an exception for incidental music. Like if I'm playing guitar, that's purposeful. If I'm walking down the street and somebody's blasting music out their window, that has nothing to do with me. That's incidental. And we talked about this before because in the United States, the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission of the United States, recognizes incidental music because amateur radio operators are not allowed to broadcast music. But what if you do, if you're in your car, you know, on your little handy talkie, and, you know, guy next to you is blasting music. You know, you're just saying, hey, how's it going? You hear music in the background. I've had people say, oh, you're broadcasting music. I go, nope, I'm not. Guy next to me is, but, you know, people are. Often they have a desire to be police, and they're not. But that being said, these places do have music, and of course, you know, they're playing music on purpose, and they often have musicians and things. I wouldn't want to live stream that necessarily, but maybe I would, with the permission of the people, and just, you know, heck with the copyright claims, you know. But it just depends. Oxford's pretty loud, and may not be able to get like a corner to live stream. The other place where I was, Ooh La La, they got some tables outside. Met some pretty interesting people though, I gotta tell you. But inside, I don't know if I could live stream there or not. Just gotta see. I don't know. But I did enjoy that rum, and I may go back there tonight and have some more. But I owe you guys some pictures, so I promise that I'm not going to be live streaming on the Pocket 3 every single time from now on, because I still need to use Prism Live Studio to show you these things, unless somehow there's a way, there isn't, that I could, you know, interject some kind of photo into the stream, but I can't. There's just no way. But this works so remarkably well. And if I pause, you know, as long as it's running, if I pause, you see, I've got my video, I'm looking at my video, it's paused. It doesn't burn bandwidth playing it back. So I get to use, you know, all of my 5G, and down here we got really hot 5G. Actually, I did a 5G test on my roof yesterday, and I got over a gig. I was really shocked. Usually it's around 500, you know, megabits per second, right? And it kept climbing. It was like 800. I said, wow, it's the biggest I've seen. 900. It went over a gig. I was like, wow. I don't know what it is down here, but unlimited internet in Taiwan is really, really cheap. Generally speaking, on contract, it's about $30 US a month for unlimited 5G, and the 5G is monstrous here. The problem is everybody's got it, so nobody turns it off. So remember the days when people would turn off their mobile data. Remember, oh, I've only got 2 gigabytes. Remember those days? Yeah, I got 5 gigabytes. Oh man, I'm gonna check Facebook for 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna turn it off, right? No, so everybody here has Line, they have Facebook, they got everything you can think of, and all kinds of apps you never heard of, and they're all running in the background. There's, you know, billions of terabytes of gigaquads of data just wafting through the air. And I've been to certain places like air shows. It's 4,000 people with phones in their pocket on unlimited internet. And I couldn't even get a signal. I was at the Hsinchu Air Force Base a number of years ago, and I wanted to live stream, and I couldn't even get like 1 kilobyte download. It was terrible. So, oh, good evening, Ken. Glad to see you. I know you just joined, and hopefully it didn't take me too long to notice because I'm using my phone here. I'm on the Pocket 3 again, and really enjoying this. Yeah, good to see you, bro. How's everything? How are you doing, man? And yeah, Ken, you know why I'm down here. I'm just taking it easy, but my wife's father looks like he's improving. So they're gonna, I heard today, I haven't had an update since, but by noon this morning, they were gonna put him in a general room later in the day. So no one has updated me yet. So I'll let everybody know. Ken is a member of our late night group on the Line app. Now I used to have the app, used to have the group open, you know, and allow other people to join, but we got too many trolls. The guys would come on, and the first thing they'd do is they'd hit up everybody, every female name in the group with some proposition. And good, thank you, I appreciate it. Those good thoughts that's always appreciated. Thank you. And 2 of the females that are in the late night group are my own sisters, and I let those guys have it, you know. Anyway, there's a network of underground network of like chat groups and stuff that you can join to meet girls, and somehow I guess you would call it like my fan base. It's not. It's like a family to me. Just people that watch my show, and we watch everybody else's shows. You know, everybody else, pretty much almost everybody in the group's a live streamer of some sort. And so we, yeah, we're all connected one way or another. And so somebody put that group, I guess, on a message board somewhere saying this is a place to meet women. No, it's not. So, but yeah, Ken, what do you think? What do you think of the P3, the Pocket 3? I think it looks fantastic. The face tracking's a little twitchy. See, if I go like this, it moves. You know, I wish there was a hysteresis. I wish there was a box about this wide where I could move in, you know, and it wouldn't move until I got close to the edge, and then it would start to track, you know. But there's just no. I mean, the slightest little move. I'm going to turn my head. I'm going to grab my water bottle, and it's, you know, it's a little too much, and it's something that a human camera person would not move the camera for necessarily. And so it does give it an artificial look, but I guess it's better than not having it. And I got my little fill light in, and the fill light looks really good. So yeah, thank you. I think it does look great, and I got it on 720p. I have not tried it on 1080p. I'm kind of scared because I don't want to mess up the bandwidth. I think the last couple of streams I did on Prism Live Studio, I think I cranked it to 1080 just to see what happens, and I don't think it makes much of a difference. 720, did I say 780? 720, I think is fine. It's good enough. Although I shoot video in 4K, and the video that I uploaded yesterday was in 4K. So that was really something though, huh? That firework hit me in the, it actually hit me in the shin. And I wrote mid-calf, you know, because I know people would understand where it was on the leg, you know, but it actually hit me mid-calf in the shin. If I said mid-shin, I don't know what that, I don't think people would, I don't know. I have a lot of people that don't speak English natively, right, watching my live stream, so it's possible they may not have understood what I meant, but yeah, so this pair of pants is ruined. I gotta tell you, man, they, you know, forget cigarette smoke. I had gunpowder smoke. There's a powder burn, and it was really cold that night. So I had my thermals on. In Taiwan, we have the Japanese Uniqlo Heat Tech clothing line. I had my Heat Tech, real thin line, you know, thermal underwear on, and that's what this. If you look at the video, I got running my finger around the hole, pulling out, going, "Hey, look at what this is," right? And you see that underneath it's black. That's what it is. I just wanted everybody to know it didn't burn my skin. That color. That was the color of the material underneath. I think it's pretty obvious, but yeah, powder burns. So I'm gonna take those jeans to the sewing shop, man. You know how those old blue jeans? You don't want to throw them away. They're used to your contours. You've got all the, you've worn out the color off all the sections where you sit or you kneel or whatever. Real comfortable, and so I'll take it to the sewing shop and see if she can patch it up, and wonder what she'll say about the powder burns. Would you get shot? It looks like I got shot. But if you look at the video, I think it's 2:29 on the time index. That's the Lunar New Year street fireworks video that I released yesterday on the Real Taiwan channel. There's a guy that actually takes a bottle rocket to the neck, and he gets in the back of the neck, and he's like, whoa. I don't know if it went down his shirt or not. I don't think it did. I think it bounced off, but I was like, wow. And the funny thing is I was, holding the Pocket 3, and I was looking. You look at this little screen, it's hard to see things, right? And so I wasn't looking directly at him with my eyes, so I didn't see that until I watched the video later. I saw the video, I was like, whoa, that guy took one to the neck, man. And it was about maybe, less than 5 minutes later that I took something. I don't know what it was. Yeah, I know. I don't know what it was, but it hit me in the leg. Yeah, that's like the dumbest thing. So they call them bottle rockets for a reason. You're supposed to stick them in a bottle, right? Or the ones I like is when they put them in some kind of material that won't let it go, like they stick it in the sand and light it. Oh, why didn't it go off? Yeah. Friction. What I discovered when I was a kid, I spent a lot of my youth without proper adult supervision, let's just say that. And I had a big pack of bottle rockets, and I discovered that the fuel in the bottle rocket also contains an oxidizer, which means that once it's lit and the solid propellant is burning, the bottle rocket can go underwater and it'll keep burning. And I didn't realize that because I lived in Florida and I was on a pier, and I decided I was going to shoot one into the water to see what happened. And it went pew, and it went brrr, it bubbled, and it went boom, and it lit this thing up like a big flash bulb underwater. And I was with like some of my friends that were like, whoa, did you see that? That was cool. And after that, every one of them we shot into the water, right? And I remember, this is hilarious, because this was off the Skyway Bridge between Bradenton and St. Petersburg, right? It's a huge span, and even the old bridge. But when the old bridge fell, they made like the world's longest fishing pier out of the remnants of the old bridge when they built a new one, right? So here's what happened: we were firing bottle rockets into the water, and I have heard that Tampa Bay is something like the third most shark-infested waters in the world. I don't know. But one of those bottle rockets went in the water and it went boom, it blew up, and it made, because there's oxygen in the fuel, right? And it pops the payload, like underwater, like a flash bulb. It lit up the silhouette of a huge shark that was swimming over it, man. That must have been freaky for the shark, but I tell you what, that freaked us out. Like, whoa, we better not fall in there, man. So then what I did was, when I moved to Virginia with my dad, I had a really cool model of a boat, like we would call it a speedboat, but it's just a normal open cockpit recreational boat, right? And this thing was probably about this long, right? And it had a scale model of an Evinrude outboard motor on it, and it was battery powered. It was cool because the seats pulled out on this model boat, and that's where you put D batteries in there. And you could turn this motor on, and you could adjust it to, like, you know, for the angle or something, and it would go in a circle or whatever. And I put this boat like in a small creek, and I fired bottle rockets at it underwater, and it looked. This is me. This is my 13-year-old, you know, viewpoint. It looked like torpedoes from a submarine, you know, boom, like that. I remember I put a big black mark on the bottom of the model boat, but it didn't hurt it. It wiped off because it had, I don't know, it somehow or another, it just got it's close enough to get an underwater powder burn, which I didn't know that. I didn't know that you could even do that. But anyway, so you guys want to try something cool? I don't know. I hope bottle rockets are made the same way. But if they are, then you can fire them underwater, but you can't light them underwater. Okay, the fuse itself is not oxygenated. It's the solid propellant fuel. So basically you aim it into the water, you know, but you're lighting it in the air, and it goes immediately into the water, and for the rest of its trajectory, it'll bubble, and the bubbles produce white smoke coming up. It's pretty funny, right? So Ken says, yeah, he messed up a lot of little green soldiers with firecrackers. It's so funny that you said that, because I did too. And Ken, did you ever have any of the big ones? Because they made the little tiny ones. It could be a pack of 100 soldiers, right? Some of them would be infantrymen, you know, laying down, and some would be like throwing a grenade and all this other stuff, right? But they would often have, like, you'd go to the store and buy one or two big ones, right? And the big ones, I used to make like a handkerchief parachute, you know, and we'd find some place we could crawl up on some hill and throw it off, you know, and just wind it around the body. We used to do that too, but my mom got mad at me because she bought me a pack of like 100 soldiers, right? And so I was really into monster movies, and I still am. 50s monster movies, you know, the more disgusting and messed up the monster is, you know. I used to take my magnifying glass and I would turn them into monsters and melt their face, you know, melt their body and everything, you know, really gross, right? And my mom saw a bunch of them, and some of them were, I'd burn the plastic black. I got real good at it though. I got like where I would take the magnifying glass and kind of divert it to heat them up without burning them too bad. So yeah, Jen, I was wondering who you're talking about, Matthew, but there you go, Jen. Hey, hi, Jen. Yeah, it's funny. So yeah, at first I would just use the magnifying glass and it would turn into a puddle in a second, but I got pretty good at, like, you know, like I said, diverting the beam and getting it just right. But I had one particular one that was just, it was beautiful, man. It was like the most disgusting looking half melted monster alien that you could see, right? And you could tell that it was where the days are right. You ain't kidding. And you know, you could tell it was an army man from the, you know, the waist down, but the top up, he was like some mutant creature. My mom asked me, she said, "Are you more interested in playing soldiers or more interested in making monsters?" I said, "Right now, I'm making monsters." And so, what do kids do nowadays? No wonder they don't know anything. You give them a magnifying glass, and you tell them to go outside. Hey, can you focus the sun on your foot? Yeah. Oh, they don't even know. They would do it. They don't even know. You focus the sun on your foot? No, but I can focus it on your foot. So I'm not going to focus on my foot. Oh, there's a green soldier? Yeah, I'll focus it on that. Yeah. How about one of those little army men? Yeah, that was pretty funny. And we had those really nasty fire ants And so we would burn those too, just because we were kids and we didn't know any better, and we were stupid and we didn't respect life. But in all honesty, they kind of deserved it, because a couple of times we'd be out in the yard or something, we'd do goofing around, kicking a ball or something, you'd trip and fall, and you'd land on one of those nests, and by the time you got up, it was too late. You know, your back and your legs all bit up. So a couple times we'd get out the magnifying glass and make a couple monster ants. But yeah, I don't know. Do kids do that anymore? Can you buy, you know, a package of 100 or 50 or whatever? Can you buy packages of army men? I don't know. That's what I'm gonna do though. It's midnight and it's a hotel and I'm outside and there are people next door. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say goodnight, because I don't wanna be a nuisance, and maybe I'm being too loud. So you guys take care, and I'm gonna go out later. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but hey, if I get a chance, maybe I'll live stream something. I don't know, but I'll see you guys later. I need to sign off. It's after midnight. Otherwise, I'd stay on, but hear how quiet it's getting. Yeah. All right, fist bumped everybody. Thanks so much. And let me switch back to the other app. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Good night. It seems like the lag isn't so bad here. Yeah. Good night, Ken. Thank you. And good night, Matthew. You guys take care. And let me go back to the Mimo app, and we're going to reconnect. And then I think we can end the live stream. So take care, and we'll see you next time. Have a good night, wherever you are in the world, morning, afternoon, evening. Take care. Remember, MJ loves you. Bye-bye.